What's going on, guys? Larry Hendrix here for GadgetGrizzly.com, and I'm here with my review for the Sprint Overdrive 3G 4G mobile hotspot. Yeah, that's a mouthful, isn't it? Alright, so I'm just going to go over real quick, try to make this as fast as possible. We're going to start off real quick with the hotspot itself, the Overdrive device itself. Now right up front you do have a little home button, power on and off button. You do have an LED screen here on top, which I'll turn on in just a second. On the bottom here you have a micro USB connection right here. This is for charging, and you can also tether it straight into your computer, which doesn't make a difference on the network itself, the connection, but it does help save battery life, which I'm going to get to that in just a second as well. Now you also have a micro SD card slot here. Basically, if you put an SD card slot in here with pictures or whatever on here, you can share this information with anybody that happens to get onto the network itself just by going to the Overdrive homepage. Alright, so it's actually pretty neat. The one problem I found with this here is it's a little flimsy door. Not a big deal. Let me open it up here real quick if I can. You can see just a little flimsy door. But when I put the SD card in there, I had a really hard time getting it back out. That was an issue. I actually had to pull a screwdriver out, and I had to push on it in order to get it to click out. I couldn't do it with just my finger. And I actually had to take this door completely off in order to do it. So that was one thing. If you're going to use it with the micro SD card, make sure you just put it in there and leave it. There's no point in putting it in and bringing it back out. So on top of that, you have a battery casing right back here. Let's pop this off. The device is actually made by Sierra Wireless, but it is Sprint's device. The battery itself is an 1800 milliamp hour battery, so not bad at all. It gets to about, they advertise about 3 to 4 hours, or between 2 and 4 hours of battery life. I've noticed on a 4G connection, I do get, let's turn it on real quick. On a 4G connection, I do get approximately maybe 2.5 hours. It's nothing fantastic. It's enough to go ahead and do a little bit of surfing. Otherwise, I keep it at home and I keep it plugged into my device, or to my computer by USB. So, otherwise, let's talk about the network real fast while this is booting up. It does take a minute to boot up, but I wanted to show you the boot up. So, the network advertises between 3 and 6 on Sprint's 4G, between 3 and 6 megabytes per second download speed, and up to, with a cap of 1 megabyte up. It does deliver, guys. This is a really solid connection. I haven't had, well, to say I haven't had any problems with it is wrong. I've had it for about 3 weeks now, 2 to 3 weeks, and I've only had once or twice where it actually cut out. Otherwise, it's a very solid device. It sticks with a slower speed of about 3 to 4, but it's keeping that constant connection. So even though I may not be able to download a lot faster, I'm not worried about losing the connection at all. But if I tend to go outside and start going different areas, it gets real spotty real quick, and there you go. It took about that long. We're actually onto the 4G network now. But like I said, it tends to get a little spotty here and there. It's a $60 a month plan for unlimited 4G. Your 3G is capped at 5 gigs. If you happen to go over that, there's an overage charge, which I'm not 100% sure what the charge is, but I know there is an overage charge. Now, thank God I didn't go into 3G, because I've already burnt through, I think, about 25 to 30 gigs in the 2 to 3 weeks, and I don't see myself a heavy user at all. That's from Netflix, YouTube, just general surfing and playing Flash games. So, yeah, the device is on. It has 4G. In my section, I actually have about between 40 and 60% connection. So about, well, I can't read, 5 bars approximately. So actually, it looks like I have a pretty good connection right now. So we're going to jump on real quick to the Sprint homepage. I'm going to show you that real fast. Alright, guys. Alright, guys, so here we are at the Sprint Overdrive homepage, which it actually gives you that address when you open the device up. Off the top of my head, I don't remember it. I actually bookmarked it on my computer so that I didn't have to keep remembering how to do it and all that stuff. So I apologize off the bat if the Video is not very clear. I'm using my flip camera right now, which isn't great for this. But anyways, past that, you do have a few options going right down here. Start off with a signal strength. It'll show you in percentage what your signal strength is. Mine right now is 60. It'll tell you if you're 3G, 4G connected, if you're roaming, alerts you may have, whether you can turn GPS on or off, whether it's on. It'll tell you how many users are actually on. This is actually a really cool feature. It'll tell you how many users, Wi-Fi users, are actually connected. And if you open that up, I'm actually not administration right now. I didn't log in. But if you do click this on, it'll show you a list of everyone that's on your connection, and you can go through and you can block them, or you can, give them full access, limited access, so on and so forth. So it's really cool. It actually tells you how much battery life you do have left, which I have 37% remaining, which I used it for like an hour last night to show you kind of how fast the battery goes, maybe a little over an hour. And how much you have. This is actually a really cool feature. They show you how much data you have used, downloaded, in the amount of time since you have turned it on. But not only that, you can actually get the information of how long you've had it since you've had the device for a month or so. It'll tell you if there's an SD card selected, and the speaker, which I actually forgot to show you guys, whether it's off or on. And I'm going to show you right here on top of the device. Oop, yeah, there you go. You do have a speaker right here that you can turn off or on. And all the speaker does, it tells you when someone's connected to your device or not. Map me. There's more options up here. There's actually a lot of setup options. In fact, let me log in real quick and I'll show you a couple of these things, and then we'll go ahead and do a speed test. Alright, 1 second, guys. Log in. Okay, so I'm now logged in as administrator. So I just want to go through real quick and see how much. Alright, so it actually shows you right here on the side how much data have you gone through. How much 3G, 4G, how much you've sent, received, and a total at the bottom. I've had this for about 2 to 3 weeks. I've already went through 27.2 gigabytes. So I'm really praying to God they don't start capping the 4G, because I will definitely go over it in a heartbeat. Alright, it gives your IP address, all the information you need. It's actually a really cool homepage. It gives you anything and everything that you need. You can power it off, you can disconnect it all from this page here. So it's really neat how they set it up. You have complete and total control on this. Alright, I'm going to show you real quick the Wi-Fi users. You click on that and it'll actually show you who's connected. Right now Larry's PC is connected to the Wi-Fi. You can block them, you can disable Wi-Fi when connected to USB. You can actually connect, or you can choose how many Wi-Fi users you want. So if you only want 2 users on, so you're not burning through your bandwidth, you can choose that, or up to 5. You can actually have a total of 5 users, period, on the device at once, and that includes tethered. Alright, so let's do a speed test real quick. Now let's see. Now they advertise between 3 and 6 megabytes down and a cap of 1 up. Alright, so let's do it. And it looks like the only one I can get is St. Louis, Missouri. So that's alright though. That's actually not too far at all from me. Alright. So about 3 to 6. I've been sticking around an average of about 3.5 to 4 is how I'm sticking at. I'll get bursts up to about 6 to 7, but I have yet to get a burst of 8 to 10 like they advertise. But the upload is what really impresses me with this. It's a constant, solid upload. So very, very good. Alright, so there you go. We got a 3.64 megabytes per second download speed and a solid 1 megabyte per second upload speed. Now just run it one more time just so we get the average. Alright, I know 2's not an average, but we'll run with 2 just so I'm not running this video too long. Alright. So looks like we're going to get about the same. Yeah, about the same. 368 megabytes per second, and the upload is going to stick around that. Now I've noticed with the upload it actually tries to go up higher, so it has the potential to go faster. I was getting bursts of almost 2, but it would actually drop back down because of the cap. That's like a 3.68 megabytes per second upload and a 0.98 megabytes per second upload. I'm sorry, 3.68 download, 0.98 upload. So it's actually not bad. So the connection itself is really solid. The 4G is really solid. I'm really enjoying it. Is it going to replace your home network? It's not going to replace mine. I'll tell you that much right now. it's not going to. It's just not fast enough, even though it does offer that really solid connection. But anyways, guys, I'm going to cut this one out. I hope this review was up to your satisfaction. If not, let me know in the comments below, and I will either do a part 2 to this, or I will answer whatever questions you guys have. Alright guys, so this was Larry Hendrix from GadgetGrizzly.com. You guys have a good one.